G'day, I'm Justin Porter, and today's date's the 20th of April, and I want to talk about the not-so-good book. And this is coming from a sober atheist. I had a commenter say on my last video, they said, "Were you drunk?" No, I don't drink alcohol. I'm a sober atheist, and I haven't drank alcohol since 2023. The last drink I had was on the 8th of December 2022, so I don't drink alcohol or take drugs. I'm completely sober, and I'm a sober atheist, and I don't drink, so completely sober. And today I want to talk about the not so good book, and this God of the Bible is an angry God. Romans chapter 9 talks about, another thing, some other commenter said, what verse? In the comments they asked, what verse is that? What verse is that? Well, read the whole book of Amos. Read the whole book of Romans. Just don't pick one verse. Read the whole book. And the Bible really is the most popular book on earth, but it's the least read book. It's the best-selling book in all history, the Bible, but it's the least read book. And if only Christians would actually read the Bible and see for themselves what it talks about, this angry God of the Bible, in Romans chapter 9, he says, who are you to speak back to your creator? I'm the potter, you're the clay. Who are you to speak back, O earthly man, to me? And this angry God, he makes one clay lump of vessel of clay fit for a good purpose, and another lump of clay fit for destruction. He's like a little toddler with a lump of clay or Play-Doh, trying to shape it into what he wants, and he can't get the right shape, and he chucks a tantrum and throws the Play-Doh out the window. That's what God's like. He's an angry God. He creates us, puts temptations in our way, we fall for the temptations, and then he drowns us or destroys us or burns us or disease. And just classic example is the book of Amos. Now, the book of Amos, it's in the Old Testament, right? I'm not going to mention what verses. I want you to read the book of Amos yourself. This is an angry God. The Israelites are worshipping other gods. So this is an angry God. This is a God that hovers over the nation of Israel. He hovers over the nation of Israel. They're his favourite people. Of all the peoples on the earth, he chose them. And he hates all the other people on earth because they worship other gods, right? They worship other gods, and he loves this group of people, this ancient tribe of goat herders. He hovers over them, and they're his people, But because they start worshipping other gods, how real is he if the people have to worship other gods? But they worship gods of wood and clay and stone and whatnot. And he says, because of that, I'm going to send earthquakes. I'm going to send pestilence, drought. You'll starve to death. You'll eat your own kids. I'm going to bring skin diseases, rashes from the head to your foot, skin rashes. I'm going to send the cockroach, and the locust will eat up your grain. He's an angry God. He's an angry God, and he's going to send the locust, the earthquake, the plague. And God even says to the women of Israel, I'm going to lift up your skirts and expose your private parts. So God's actually going to lift the skirts of the Israelite woman and expose their private parts. So read this book. Read it. Just read the book of Amos and then read the book of Romans. Or why don't you just read the whole entire Bible? Read the whole entire Bible for yourself, This is a book that Christians, they'll read a couple of scriptures, but they should read the whole book from the start to the finish. Read the whole book. Don't let your priest say what the book's about. Don't read magazines like The Watchtower. And they try to explain the Bible. Read it for yourself. If you're a grown-up adult, you know. And this is not a book for children, nailing Jesus to a cross as a human sacrifice with blood raining down his wrists and that. Not a good image, not a good image, This is saying that Jesus died for their sins. And you put him up on the cross, because your sins. And every time you sin, you're nailing a nail into his hand. And, this is not really good. And we're in the 21st century now. We're in the 21st century. It's time to wake up from religion and say, look, it causes so much trouble, People saying Jehovah's Witnesses aren't Christians. Jehovah's Witnesses are good Christians. Mormons are good Christians. Catholics are good Christians. Because they worship this confusing God. And you could read the Bible any way you want. You're going to get a different viewpoint. It's like a grab bag. You can grab something out of the book of the Bible and use it against people to conquer them, to say, well, we're special, and we'll grab this viewpoint from the Bible. They'll grab that view from the Bible. So different contradictory things, Even the New Testament, they thought, well, if the dead are just dead, like Ecclesiastes 9:5 says, that's not much of a punishment. Wouldn't a better punishment be a burning hell of conscious torment forever? Hey, that's a good one. Well, that's what the Greeks believe in. They believe in that. And the Romans, let's grab that and put that in the Gospels. So the hellfire doctrine came out, a very handy tool of control, Do what we say or you'll burn, So this is a grab bag. You can use anything out of the Bible to use it against people, to conquer people, to enslave people. And that's what I'm saying, is read the Bible. Just read the book of Amos, suffering. Where does suffering come from? Our sins? No, it's God doing it. He's causing the earthquakes. He's causing the pestilences. He's causing the locust to eat up the food grain. He's talking about the cockroach, the skin diseases like leprosy. Your enemies will come upon you. You'll be so hungry you'll eat your kids. This is God causing this because they're worshipping other gods. Think about it, And this book puts down women. I don't know if it's in Leviticus. Well, as I said, read the Bible, Leviticus or Deuteronomy or whatever it is, Deuteronomy. It says that if an Israelite woman has a male baby boy, she'll be unclean for 33 days. But if an Israelite woman has a baby girl, she'll be unclean for 66 days. Double. So this is a book that puts down people, women, and you can say, well, the New Testament's like that. The Gospels aren't like that. Well, Jesus, imagine if you're a young woman and you brought Jesus home to meet your parents, yeah? Oh, this is my boyfriend Jesus, bringing him home to meet the parents, and the parents say, oh, Jesus, so what's your view on the world? Jesus says, he that has greater love for mother, father, sister, daughter, brother or sister than me is not worthy of me. And he that does not pick up his torture stake, cross, which is a torture cross, and follow me is not worthy of me. And he who loves his life more than me is not worthy of me. And Jesus is rude to his mother Mary. He says when there's guests at the house, oh, there's food and wine, how are we to do this? And he says, do I have anything to do with you, woman? So just read the Bible yourself. Read it. I'm not going to tell you what scriptures. I want you Christians, if you're a Christian, read the Bible. Read the Bible for yourself. Just don't read passages or the nice bits of the Bible, So this is a book that we're in the 21st century now. And also this attitude of, oh, don't worry about climate change. Don't worry about, the glaciers melting and climate change. God is going to destroy the earth anyway. Or, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, oh, God won't let mankind destroy the earth. God won't let mankind destroy the earth. Well, let me tell you, Armageddon. only appears once in the Bible at Revelation 16:16. I'll tell you this, Armageddon has been cancelled due to lack of interest. But Mother Nature has decided to wipe us out instead. So this attitude of, oh, don't care about the earth, God's going to destroy it anyway, and we're going to be in paradise and heaven. And no, we are destroying the earth. We have to take care. And scientists are, they're coming to things and they're gradually going into different forms of transport and whatnot. So it's up to us. God's not going to come in and save us from ourselves. It's up to us to make changes. And so this book is not so good book, and this is coming from a sober atheist. I'm not drunk, as one of my commenters said, and as another commenter said, what verse is that? Well, read the whole book, read the whole Bible, you know. And today, my beautiful wife, Nicole, is at a convention of Jehovah's Witnesses. She's at a Jehovah's Witness convention. It's a one-day assembly. And I said to her, do you want me to come? Are you sad I'm not going? She goes, I'm used to it now, because I left 6 years ago. She says, I'm used to it now, you know. But she used to cry at first. When I first left Jehovah's Witnesses, she'd cry. And she said to me, oh, such and such is going to be there today. Such and such, you know, my best friends are going to be there, my old Jehovah's Witnesses best friends. They're going to be there today. And I said, but it'll only make them sad. She said, it'll only make them sad if you're there, because they can't be able to talk to you, and it'll make them sad. And they know I'm an apostate. They know I have a YouTube channel. They know. And, yeah, you know. So this is and just think of Jesus' words. Jesus says that he that loves mother, father, son, or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he who doesn't pick up his torture stake or cross and follow me is not worthy of me. You see this attitude, you know, this Jesus hung with his disciples more than his family. I think Jesus probably drifted away from his family. His family was the disciples, you know. And that's what cults do. Christianity is a cult. It is a cult, you know. And the more cult-like, the more a religion takes the Bible seriously and follows the Bible, jot and tittle, like follows it, they'll be more like Jehovah's Witnesses or more, you know. Where religions that are more liberal, that don't shun, and are more easygoing churches, you know, just eat fruit cake and local get-togethers when you get married or funeral, they're not as extreme. They're less Christian, but they're nicer, you see. And this is the whole thing. The ones that really do follow the Bible, take it seriously, they're more cult-like. Yeah? And the ones that take it least seriously are more liberal, you know. And you can see just on the news, religion getting in trouble with other religions, frictions between this fraction of theists and this fraction of theists. They believe in different gods, different books, all different things, and they're fighting each other, you know. And you never see atheists at war with each other. You never hear on the news the atheists have fired missiles into the stronghold of the agnostics, and one group of atheists were fighting against another group of atheists because they disagreed on, you know. And it's just silly, you know. People fighting over religion, and there could still be life after death. We don't know. So I'm when it comes to Christianity and the Bible, I'm a sober atheist, because I believe religion is like a drug. Yeah. As Karl Marx said, religion is the opium of the people, but people who are sober atheists accept the reality of death, that this is probably all there is. I don't think there is a God, and I don't think there's life after death. But I'm still 95% sure that there is no God and there is no life after death. 5%, there could be a deist God, there could be an alien God that made us, an alien God who's forgotten he's made us and he's left the universe, and that kind of God, maybe, yeah. And there could be life after death. There could be life after death. I don't know. So I'm very agnostic. I'm still agnostic, but when it comes to Christianity and the Bible, I'm an atheist. And here's a couple of good scriptures in the Bible, like, for example, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. It's a nice scripture. But Plato used to think the same thing, the Greek philosopher Plato. Jesus is just quoting from Plato, and other things. It's a common thing. Treat people nicely. Treat people how you'd like to be treated, So there is a couple of nice things in the Bible, but there's a lot. Majority of it's like trying to find a diamond in a sewage vat, a sewage system, There's so much murder, so much sexism, slavery, land theft, genocide. As I said, this God hovers over the nation of Israel. They're his people. They're his favourite people. God plays favourites. Hates everyone else because they worship other gods. They don't worship the right God, so get rid of them. Take their land, take their women, and if they don't want to worship you, take their life, and burn them in hell. Well, the Old Testament doesn't teach hell. The Old Testament says when you're dead, you're dead, It's only the New Testament introduces the doctrine of hellfire, because it was that's a better doctrine. Let's add that in. So it's evolution through artificial selection. And, it's basically all I want to say. And do I miss the Association of Jehovah's Witnesses? Today there'll be about 1,000 Jehovah's Witnesses. They're all out the Brisbane area. And I had so many friends, Jehovah's Witnesses. It's like a big family, and none of them talk to me now. And if I went, they know I'm an apostate. The word gets around. And an atheist. I'm an atheist. Well, atheist when it comes to Christianity, agnostic when it comes to life after death. Still don't think there is life after death, but there could be. I'm not saying there's not. But I do miss that association, but it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't be able to be myself. How you going, Justin? Oh, good, I'm a born-again atheist now, and a sober atheist too, because when I was a Jehovah's Witness, I used to drink a lot, Well, I think 20 minutes, 18 minutes is enough. And thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to my video. And I think that's all I had to say. And one of the most grisliest bits in the Bible, now I forgot what book it is in, and one of the most grisly bits is this concubine. Solomon had 700 wives. David had so many wives. This women, the way it treats women's terribly. But it's just full of rubbish, the Bible. It really is just land theft, slavery, written by men. But the worst story is where this man's concubine, he puts her out in the city to save his life, throws her out to the mob to save his life. She's raped and killed by all these men. And the next day, instead of grieving over, they chop her body up into 12 pieces and send out the 12 pieces to the things of Israel. This is a terrible book. And what about Numbers chapter 31? Numbers chapter 31, where starting in verse 19, where the Israelites Moses comes up to the Israelites and said, hey, did you spare the lives of the Amalekites or the Moabites, whoever it was? No, we didn't kill them all. We spared some of their lives. We didn't kill them all. We spared some of their lives. Moses says, they're the ones that got you in trouble with the women, the Moabite women or whoever it was, Go back and kill every man, kill every boy, every baby boy, every male. So kill all the little baby boys, kill every male, kill every woman that has lain down with a man. So a woman's just had sex on her honeymoon. I just got married last night. And we did the thing. And we did the secret married couples business. Yes, we did do the secret married couples business. Whoop, with a sword in the stomach. Yeah? And this is in Numbers chapter 31, verses 19 onward. So stab, because we did do the secret married couples business last night. It was our honeymoon, yes, so sorry, And then keep all the young virgins for yourselves. So every woman that has lain down with a man, smite them, devote to destruction, in other words, kill them. But all the virgins, all the young girls that haven't had sex with a man, you may keep for yourselves. Now, we know what those that would have happened to them. The Israelites wouldn't have said, now we killed your brothers, your little baby brother. We killed your mum and dad. And we killed your mum. Now you can go now. We're not going to kill you because you haven't lain down with a man. So you can go now. Bye-bye. Wander off in the desert. Bye. You're safe. You're okay. You know what they would have done to them. And read it for yourself. I will show you the verses in this. It's Numbers chapter 31, starting in verse 19. Read it for yourself. So subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more videos, which are coming. More are coming. As I said before, when the shunning stops, the videos will stop. So when the shunning stops, the videos will stop. And Justin Porter XJW. And yes, Stephen Lett said I could. Oh, funny enough, the other day I've been walking past Jehovah's Witnesses at their cart and in the supermarket, and I've been walking up to them and I've been brave late and said, "G'day, how you going?" And they smile at me and, and I said, yes, Stephen Lett said I could, and they have a laugh, and I've done that to a couple of Jehovah's Witnesses, and, But we'll see you later, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.